Today on Security Briefs, we're continuing our conversation about social media, but this time we're going a little deeper. There's a lot to say about social media, so I decided to do a special bonus episode on using social media as a secure connection platform. In our last episode, we talked about location tags, timelines, and unintended exposure. Today, we need to talk about something more subtle, and that is the illusion of security. Many of us assume that because something feels private, it is private. Because something says secure, it is secure. Because we changed a few letters in a word, it's hidden. But technology has evolved, and in some parts of the world, the entities monitoring communications are not amateurs. So today we're going to talk about technical misconceptions and why wisdom must grow with technology. First, to our missionary friends, let's talk about private Facebook groups and other similar social media platforms. Understand that private does not mean invisible. It means limited membership. But screenshots can be taken, members can copy content, accounts can be compromised, platforms can change privacy policies. Nothing posted on a major platform should be assumed confidential. Second, encrypted does not mean invincible. Some communication apps offer end-to-end encryption, and that's helpful. But security is never just about the platform. It includes device security, account security, password strength, phishing awareness, and who's on the other end of the conversation. Third, let's address something many of us have done, or perhaps still do: replacing letters. In earlier days of communication, we wrote things in our updates like pray, God, missionary. At one time, this may have bypassed simple keyword filters. Today, automated systems, including and especially those used by nation-states, can easily recognize contextual spelling variations. Pattern recognition has far surpassed basic word filters. Changing vowels or consonants is not a security strategy. If you're operating in a restricted environment, assume that sophisticated monitoring may exist. Security today requires layered thinking, not clever spelling. And remember, the most secure information is information that was never transmitted in the first place. Now, to our supporters and churches. You may assume that a private prayer group online is secure. It may feel that way. But if it's hosted on a public platform, it's not fully private. Members may unknowingly share content outside the group. Accounts can be hacked. Screenshots travel quickly. So here's a few guardrails. Avoid posting specific locations, names, or travel plans in online prayer groups. If something is marked confidential, treat it as if it could eventually become public, and resist the temptation to use creative spelling to hide sensitive words. That practice may give a false sense of security. Instead, if something's sensitive, communicate it through the appropriate channel, or not at all. Wisdom is not about being paranoid. It's about being realistic. I helped one ministry network create a directory for all the missionaries, global and local, that are sent out by that network. They adopted a policy that would only send digital copies of this directory to people who specifically requested it and with a password specific to them. In that way, even if it was inadvertently forwarded, it was less likely to end up out there in the wild. What's the shared principle then? Well, Psalm 20 says, "Some trust in chariots and some in horses." Today we might say, some trust in platforms and privacy settings. But ultimate security is not found in technology. Technology is a tool, and tools must be used wisely. Secure connection requires maturity, not fear. It requires recognizing that the digital world is not neutral and adjusting accordingly. As technology advances, so must our discernment. So what's our practical takeaways? Missionaries, review your communication assumptions. Ask yourself, am I relying on platform privacy rather than layered security? And where possible, reduce digital exposure rather than trying to disguise it. Supporters treat every online space as semi-public. If something is sensitive, ask whether it should be posted at all. Security is rarely about clever tricks. It's about wise habits, and wise habits protect people. Now you know. We'll see you next time as we continue to talk about secure connections.